epic. We won Season 2 of the Shan and Raza Cup, the Retro Gaming Cup. And we're not going to be defending the title. Let me explain.
Join the fight with the elite older gamer. Level up on the clutch time tamer. EOG.
Hello everyone, it's EOG. And today is like a retrospective review of Season 2 of the Shan and Raza Cup. Yes, the champ this season is lucky enough to be the EOG. But also, we're not going to be that much inclined to be in Season 3. I'm coming on to that. There's also going to be a maximum, multiple, as I can, number of shout outs in this video. So if you do know about the Shan and Raza Cup, you know, hopefully you enjoy the kind of journey I take you on here just from my personal perspective and what I want to say about it, and also review these bad boys, because your boy Raza is an absolute legend who sent me some stuff, right? So I'm going to come on to them in a bit, and a bit more about Raza and my interactions with him. But there's three main narratives of this video. Number one is showing you the bits that Raza's kindly sent me and some shout outs to him. Number two is the journey of the Shan and Raza Cup and how I came into it and took part in it. And then number three is why I won't be in Season 3 that much, but I'm going to come on to all them. So, out the gate, some of you might have heard this before, but I was essentially just posting random stuff. I'm sorry if I am reiterating something you've heard before, but started my channel a couple of years ago and I was just gaming with my son, okay? We were just playing random stuff, Fortnite, wrestling, and throwing it on there. Yeah! And then, you know, kids get older, don't they? Daddy, I'm not playing with my dad anymore on Fortnite, it's not cool, you know what I mean? Anyway, so that left me to it. And I kind of went away from Fortnite. So if you watch this and you're a subscriber from the early days and you subscribe from the Fortnite stuff, massive respect to you. So I will feel no disrespect if you unsubscribe because you just here for Fortnite in the early days. But we don't really play it anymore. Or I do make cameos, but never got into it. So then what happened was, because I took a hiatus from gaming, I got the kind of bug back to game again. And then I just started posting random stuff from my favourite games as a child, or younger generation, so to speak, back then. And one of them was that bad boy. One of my favourite games of all time is WrestleFest. It's why it's in the background as a poster, blending the love for you know, what I have for wrestling, as you can see down there, versus you know, gaming. And I've always seen myself as a decent gamer, so I try and do decent stuff and quite epic achievements. So I was posting stuff, and then just randomly and purely coincidental, Subliminal VCR, one of my main men on YouTube, max love for sub all day, guy's a legend, can't thank him enough for all he's done for me and this channel. But he posted a comment on one of my WrestleFest videos that I did. I just did a short of winning a Rumble, I think. And he was like, there's something called the Shan and Raza Cup. You ever heard of it? You should enter it because there's a WrestleFest challenge on. Then I found Raza's channel and the videos, okay, on there. And then what happened there was my first entrance into the Shan and Raza Cup was WrestleFest. And we did a clean sweep. So I eliminated everybody in that Royal Rumble. Maximum points you could get. And came first. And I thought, oh, wow, that's great. Didn't know about a lot of you guys' channels. Didn't know there's a retro. I mean, I was extremely naive to the retro gaming world. And also, you know, how much of a close-knit community it really was. So I just thought, oh, wow, that's great. Anyway, then I did keep an eye on it. And then I saw the next one was Golden Axe. Well, let me tell you, Golden Axe was very close to being one of these posters behind me. So it just fell so lucky for me. I thought, well, I can run through Golden Axe. I'm sure I can remember that. Anyway, I just ran through this game and I kind of remembered how to do it. And a few goes in. It didn't take much effort. The next one was a Mario Speedrun. And this was another first place for me, but a joint first. And this was my first look into, I think, mainly into another shout out. My main competitor in Season 2, Mr. Spare Hombre. Who Spare Hombre is an elite gamer. like big time. And we got an equal time on this, so joint first. There might have been one other person that, forgive me, I can't remember without going through every video. But I was like, okay, wow, well, we've got 3 out of 3. We're on a bit of a run, you know what I mean? Then, the next one after that was Blades of Steel. Then, I got insight into guest hosts, the format of the Shan and Raza Cup more. And you know what? I've never played Blades of Steel, but I like ice hockey games. I don't know why, but they're just cool, aren't they? And then I smashed Blades of Steel to bits. So, I just did. That's not being egotistical, I just did. And then I was like, wow, we're currently first, but there's a bit of a gap building up. So, I'm enjoying this. Then after that, it was Flicky. Blonde, no shots, all right? But I hated Flicky at first, right? Now, this I'm going to kind of touch on a section later on, which is why I won't be in season 3 that much. And there is a caveat to that, but Flicky took over my life, man. Flicky took over my life for about 2 weeks. And I was there, and I literally went, why am I playing this game? Who cares about scores, right? And then I went into my first skip where I took the game, put it in a car, took it to a field for real and threw it away. Because the game was breaking me that much, because that game is really difficult. And it was my first look into skits. Now, I don't do that regularly in videos. I throw one in every now and then. You know, you've seen some. And then I came back and I smashed the game to bits and completed it, right? But it was my first diversifying of YouTube content for me. So yeah, Flicky. Oh, by the way, God Mode, I think, was born in Flicky as well. The next one after that was Chip and Dale. I really liked this game. I really enjoyed that Chip and Dale game. It was great fun. It's a great game. And then I completed that one without losing a life, I think. So the Shan and Raza Cup got me playing more games that I'd never played before, which I absolutely, you know, found some of them and loved them. And then there was 3 of us who came, so I didn't win that one on my own. There was Steph Plays and Mr. Spare Hombre again. So there was this friendly rivalry going on, because that guy's a gentleman, by the way, and not only a gent, but he's an elite gamer. After that, we went on to The Simpsons. Again, Simpsons Arcade. This is where I started to take the foot off the gas, because I'll hold my hands up and I will say to you, and this is kind of part of the foot course why. In fact, no, I'll leave the one. I'm not going to be that much in season 3 till that point. But what I will say is that the foot started to come off the gas a little bit. Yeah, I did a really good run in Simpsons. I think I came top again. But I was like, how much do you put into it? You know, I could really knuckle down here and maybe look at completing this game, but I'd have to put so many hours into it. And for what? You know, it's about taking fun of taking part and not dominating everything. So you could see on the runs here, the foot started to come off the gas ever so slightly in terms of my normal output and delivery. After that, it was Marble Madness. Again, was it Retro Crisis who put that one out? I think it was. And as soon as he said, if you play this game well, you can complete it in about 7 minutes, I was like, what? 7 minutes? I'm in. So that one, again, I did go down a rabbit hole and did complete the game with a good score. Friendly rivalry with Spare again, but, you know, smashed that game. But that one, I was like, I could complete a game in 7 minutes. Was that testing? Yes, it was. Then I was toppled by Mr. Spare Hombre in a Double Dragon challenge. I think I came second on that one and he came top. High score challenge. I must have missed some here, you know. I don't know! But here's what I learned along the way, okay? And this is legit. It doesn't matter where you come. You know, the community that Raz has built, it doesn't matter really about the points. Of course, you want to do your best and have some epic. And when you rebrand to the EOG, right, you have to do some epic shit. You got to. Let's be real here. I have set a high bar, but I started diversifying into other challenges. I did some great ones. Sub does some great challenges. Pit Fighter, slotted in there. I do some on theirs, and just NERC. I'm like, I'm gonna have a go at that. That looks really good. I like this format because it's got a league. I like this format because it's got a summary. I like this format because it's over a long, you know, year plus. So that's why it drew me in. Now, along the way as well, excuse me, what I have learned is there is some amazing people involved on this, and there's, you know, I could name every single one of you who's in this, but I'm just going to name some because they're always there in my channel. Special shout outs go to Subliminal VCR for pulling me in and always being there. Guy's a legend. That bad boy right there is due to sub. Some of you know you've had one of them. Bloke's a legend. PJ Venom. PJ's an absolute pillar of this community and supports everyone to the fullest. And you'll often find him in most people's comments. Guy's a legend, giving full support. Never comes out with negative shit. Always has a positive outlook. He's just an incredible dude, and you can just tell he is. So PJ, absolute legend. Of course, Mr. Spare for being my main competitor. And then I learned over time watching his channel that not only is he elite, but he's a great guy, which means a lot. He really is a top guy. And then there's so many more in there that I could name that would be here all day. But those dudes had to get, you know, a special mention. Excuse me. And then finally, we've got to come on to the trophy, and we've got to come on to Raza. Okay, Raza, your bit is here, brother. He deserves a bit on his own. Raza is retro. He's an absolute legend, and I mean this wholeheartedly. Forget the stuff he sent me. Forget what, you know, how much organisation this takes. The reasons and rationale why he does it. If you subscribe to his channel and take note of it, he'll often put posts on there related to his late brother, which is, you know, really honourable and amazing for him and his family. He's a clear family man. Like, he mentions his family in a lot of videos, which goes a long way. Yet, with all that, he pushes everybody else's content over his own all the time. Yes, sir! Now we have to get on to why the guy's gone to another level, because this is insane. Check this out. That is epic, and that is going on your boy's background for real. Okay, but not only that, which is going to take pride on the back of there. Obviously, he's worked out, as all you have. It's not fucking hard, is it? Look at the background. I'm a complete Street Fighter shill and geek. Okay, and I'll put a close up of it there. But you see this? This is kind of my Street Fighter collection, physical hardware, Xbox games predominantly, because I'm obviously an Xbox geek. But I collect Street Fighter stuff, and he got me that one, and I don't have that. I have it in a collection, but I like picking the standalone stuff. And stuff like this in the UK is quite hard, because by the way, the CEX got a bit shit. Like, there's no games in there anymore. You remember, you know, I throw in rants randomly. That's why you should watch the EOG's videos to the end, because you never know when a rant's going to pop off. CEX is shit now. Anyway, they used to have things like this all the time, but you don't anymore, and this is quite hard to find in the UK. All packaged and sealed. Give me a break. It's Capcom Fighting Evolution. Bro. Straight on there, look at that. Straight on there. Another one to the collection. And then an old time #1 Street Fighter comic. Look at that. That bad boy's going in there as well. That's going in there as well. That is absolutely epic. Proper old school one. Street Fighter Canada. It's got on it as well. When am I going to go Canada? You know what I mean? Anyway, anyone who poses will be destroyed. Bison at the top. That's epic. Raza, can't thank you enough, brother. You're an absolute legend. You didn't have to send me them. It was a pleasure to take part in this, as it was. But these are just the icing on the cake. You, my friend, are a legend.
And that's not an insult. That is just a fact of life. Yeah.
Why am I not going to be in season 3? Why am I saying I won't be defending the trophy? Right.
Why is that?
YouTube of the month takes a lot of time off me. It just does. It's a lot of organisation. You know, my core job, my main job, is a really busy job. I work days and nights. I can work 72-hour shifts straight, with a blend of being at home now and then. But I'll be on call like all weekend, and it's just too much. I was streaming ridiculous amounts at one point, and it took its toll on me for a bit. And you'll never break, you know what I mean? I ain't booked sick from work in 20 years. Do you know what I'm saying? Nothing will ever break me in terms of being that. I'll keep going forever. But I didn't start to notice that I was doing a bit too much of this and other things were starting to slack. That can't happen. This is a pastime, an enjoyable one. Keep it enjoyable. You start going down a rabbit hole where it becomes a job, it's not fun. No. So there's a whole mix, and I'll probably still be in quite a few of them. But my season 2 review that I just did there, of being in every single month and being top of the leaderboards, I just can't commit to. YouTube of the month takes too much time, and as I say, my main job's gone up a gear at the moment, and I was getting very tired. You know what I mean?
What's wrong, Guile?
So I can't thank this cup enough, and all of you. Raza, thanks again. EOG is signing off as your season 2 Shan and Raza Cup.
Champion!
Take care. Bye bye.